Rated R, this is a warning, you better avoid. Poets are paranoid, DJs destroy. Yes, I came back.
That's a G53 and I swear that bitch go bang. Every time your shit come up, she cutting it up. She bang. It's only one of me, you cannot touch my brain. You just can't. I'm with all my guys, these bitches ain't that not like. Bang. I'm a high school dropout now, I'm breaking the bank. Only hit your hoe one time, I love some things. Gang. You got sticks in this bitch, we ain't standing on my stank. We ain't in a double R truck, got a big ass tank. How you find yourself tryna come up off my thing? And I never do that shit to you cause it's like, yeah. Dude, just got locked up, man, free the boy out of the chain. And I love that nigga that day, he'll catch me a break. Nigga bitch cheating on him, tell my bitch better not do that shit. I'ma lose my shit. My nigga got a stick, I ain't even gotta say he gon' do that shit. He gon' shoot that bitch. Big ass FM, but it's there, go through all that shit. Got a lot of shit. I've been through but it's like 10 times, so I'm through all that shit. And it's crazy how a nigga came up cause I called it. Big Glock on my side, take precaution. Filling my cup up with mud cause I'm ballin'. It's so crazy how I made it, I caught it. Remember when I couldn't get up in college? I'ma still hear this hog, even when she got miles. Pray to look up every night, I'm so righteous. Running from demons, I'm so tired of fighting. She must be out for something cause she wildin'. If my brother need it, he know he got it. On the hood, by speed and running about. Got the G53 and I swear that bitch go bang. Every time your shit come up, she cutting it off. She bang. It's only one of me, you cannot touch my brain. You just can't. I'm with all my guys, these bitches ain't.
Wow, man. Oh my goodness, chat. Make sure y'all smash the like button, get everybody in here, man. You know what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, where them SGA haters at, man? Where are them SGA haters, brother? Where are them SGA haters, brother? Where are them SGA haters, right? I'm a real one, nigga. I tried to sit there and tell y'all that OKC have what it takes. Y'all sat there and said SGA is a choker. Y'all sat there and said SGA is not going to get it done. Y'all sat there and said SGA is going to come worse than 2016 Steph Curry in the NBA Finals. SGA and the Oklahoma City Thunder sat there and said, nigga, in the fourth quarter, down 4 points. SGA is starting to get in foul trouble. No one could buy a bucket. SGA scored the last 8 buckets for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Outstanding game. This is what you want a historical player to respond. You're down 2-1 on the road. SGA looks gassed. He looks tired, right? He looks like he's under the weather. Looks like he's very, very just overwhelmed. But he sat there and said, nigga, I'm going to score damn near 11 to 12 points to keep the Thunder season alive. And that's what he did, ladies and gentlemen. Just give credit to what's credit due, chat. But just give a shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder, what they did in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they were outstanding. Peel switching a lot, fight over screens, not getting clean opportunities. I felt like Scott Foster was terrible with the foul calls going Indiana way, right? You could tell that they were not willing to, give OKC the calls and stuff like that because, they gave them a lot of calls that I don't think should have went the Indiana Pacers' way, right? But I sat there and said this. People were sitting there and said, Mookie, what's going on with SGA? What is going on with SGA? Why is SGA is not being effective? Why is he not being dominant? I sat there and said, the reason why he's not being effective, the reason why he's not being dominant right now is because you got to look at schematically what the Indiana Pacers are doing. The Indiana Pacers are doing what they're legitimately doing, bro. Y'all hear me? Okay. So what the Indiana Pacers are legitimately doing, bro, they're legitimate. What they're doing is they're pressuring SGA full court. They're denying them one pass away. And what the Oklahoma City Thunder doing, they're basically running zoom actions. They're running Iverson cuts for SGA to get him free on the ball to get away for that on-ball pressure. So I sat there and said this. I said, the only way you're going to get SGA maximized and you're going to get SGA going is if you start using them as a screener. You use them as a screener to get the switch, and it worked every single time. They were hunting Neesmith, getting them hard on SGA, and they were hunting Neesmith to the point where Indiana was freely switching as well, right? And SGA scored on every possession. They tried to use him as a screener. That's a great offensive possession to go to, and this is what you want for your best player. Your best player to attack, you want to give him space to be able to operate, and that's what he did. He got space to be able to operate, and like I said there, he did his thing. I want to give a shout out to Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren was just outstanding tonight, especially in the fourth quarter. Getting putbacks, getting rebounds, denying shots at the rim. That's what you want Chet Holmgren to do, and he was just very, very important. JDub was doing a great job and be able to attack the rim at times, and then at times he would do dumb turnovers, slick turnovers, and he hasn't been consistent. Like, there's games where he has high volume scoring, like dropping 26, 27 points, but can he be consistent? And that's what you want him to do. Caruso was very, very solid. You know, stealing the ball for Halliburton as well, pressuring the ball handlers. OKC's field switching has been solid. But what I didn't like what they did in the first half was they were literally over-helping at times. And I'm like, why are you over-helping? You got to trust your historically great defense. You got to trust. People sit there and say this defense is a historically great, and they're over-helping on drives. Like, make that make sense. Why are you over-helping on drives when you got a historical defense? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But just give credit what credit due, man. And then we got Zesty Mingle Jester sitting there saying SGA pushed off. No, he didn't. It was a physical play. It's the fucking playoffs. So you the same niggas that always cry about, oh, SGA needs to play the physicality. Don't call it a foul. The referees didn't call it a foul, and you got these whining motherfuckers, these SGA haters, sitting there talking about he pushed off. Y'all don't know anything about basketball. Y'all slow as fuck, and just stop talking about the game. Just stop talking about the game. You don't know anything about basketball. So you can be delusional. You can be a hater all you want to, but SGA came up clutch in the fourth quarter, and that's what you need for that. I felt like just Caruso gave you very valuable minutes down the stretch, was very pivotal in like their switches, very pivotal in just like pressing the ball handlers. And I don't think Miles Turner had a really good game in that fourth quarter. I don't think Miles Turner was really good in the fourth quarter. I think they were very physical with him. He missed a lot of shots. Bither Matherin was not also really well. He didn't come through as well, right? But also, man, just hold on. I called the adjustment. I sat there and said, use SGA as a screener. They use SGA as a screener. And this is something that Indiana found out. And they have to adjust on the fly. OKC basically listened to my podcast and was like, okay, we're going to have to start using SGA as a screener. And they did it. They used SGA as a screener. When they use SGA as a screener, they got every quality look you want offensively. Every quality look that you want offensively, bro. I feel like Halliburton was really good in the game. I feel like he was solid. He had some big shots, but it wasn't enough because OKC started intensing their ball pressure. And this is something that they just didn't do throughout the first three quarters. Sorry, Chad, if I'm like sneezing and stuff like that, I'm just battling a cold. But they just started intensing their ball pressure, bro. And that's what happens. Caruso was really good. JDub was basically scoring on like a created advantage, which was a high pick and roll. He gets down, he'll get to the basket. Any ISO situations that's dead. And that's the thing I don't like about JDub is that like you cannot go to him and just create high value offense in the fourth quarter. You just can't. And that's why they use SGA as a screener to get him open. So somebody said Pacers sold their game, and I can sit there and say OKC sold game one. OKC should be up OKC should literally be up 3-1 right now. They literally should be up 3-1 right now. They should. But this finals is very, very great. This is an entertaining finals. Just I like what I see for both teams. The adjustments, the schematic adjustments, how basically Indiana they basically want to do what Indiana want to do is they basically want to hedge the ball screens and then double. So aggressive hedging and then also doubling. That's what they want to do. But they only do that for SGA. So if it's an SGA ball screen, they're hedging high and they're doubling. And they were playing aggressive blitz defense on SGA in the fourth quarter. But Chet Holmgren offensive rebounding in the fourth quarter was very, very, very solid. And this is what you need to do. You need to crash the boards. You need to play bigger. I thought Mark Dagenhall kind of panicked going big. But the fact that OKC won this game while shooting terrible for the three-point line is so crazy. It's insane. They won this game while shooting terrible from the three-point line, chat. Come on, bro. You can't make this up. They won this game while shooting terrible from the three-point line, bro. This is what you want. You want execution. You want high-level play, and that's what they did. They had high-level play. They execute, and like I said, they shot terrible for the three-point line, but what did OKC did? They drive the balls to the basket a lot. They drive the ball to the basket. They drive the ball to the basket a lot. So, facts. OKC can't play better. SMT, what up?
What up, Mook?
What's up?
Bro, how you gonna shit on JDub, bro? He was phenomenal tonight.
How the fuck did I shit on JDub? What the fuck are you talking about?
You gotta give him some more credit.
Out your mouth.
Gotta give,
how the fuck did I shit on JDub?
Give him some more credit, man. He was excellent.
No, how the fuck did I shit on him?
Okay, go ahead and repeat what you said about him in your
No. You said I shit on JDub. So how did I shit on JDub?
Yeah, you downplayed his offensive performance.
I didn't downplay his offensive performance. I sit there and say what is facts and things that just can't be debunked. If you like, come on, bro. What are you talking about? I sit there and say JDub is a flawed creator. When they asked him to create high-level offense, he can't do that because he has tunnel vision every time he drive the ball to the basket. If you cut off his angle because he attacks straight line, right? He's a turnover prone. What are you talking about?
His turnovers came while he was dribbling the ball in transition.
Yes, in traffic when they're gapping him off and loading the nail.
No, in transition, like going.
No, it didn't come in transition. Hey, bro, stop lying. It didn't come off in transition.
I'm not lying.
It came off in a half court. You are lying.
I'm not lying.
Yes, you are. You're lying. It didn't come off in transition. You're just literally lying.
I'm critical of the turnovers too, so I'm with you there.
No. He turned over the ball in the half court. It was not off transition. What are you talking about?
He had a couple of turnovers, but two of them were unforced.
No, most of his turnovers was in the half court. When they load the nail on JDub, and when he tried to attack straight line and they attack his handle, he's a turnover prone. Now the reason why he was scoring that effectively is because he was getting to the rim, and Indiana didn't have the rim protection because they tried to space the floor out very well going small. God damn. Niggas be quick to dick rod JDub and don't understand what his flaws is, bro.
I didn't shit
on JDub. I gave what it's due. I gave JDub his proper credit, but I also is critical of the flaws. The fuck? I'm not gonna sit there. See, this is the thing where I'm gonna say a facts, chat. Being a second option on a team gotta be the coolest thing ever. Because when you fuck up, you don't get the blame. The best player gets the blame. But when you have a good game, you get majority of the credit, and the best player don't.
Yeah,
like
fact.
I don't get that shit, bro.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Like I don't get this shit. Like I could be critical of JDub.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I can't. That's because they won a game. I'm still gonna be critical of JDub because I'm gonna tell y'all this shit too. If JDub have a bad game, y'all not blaming JDub. We blaming the SGA.
You're probably right. That's probably true. Yeah.
We didn't blame JDub for last game. We blame the best players. But like I said, bro, he said OKC won the rebounds by 10, killed them in points. That's why I said, bro, Maz, like, hop in, Maz. That's why I said, bro, I said the fact that they didn't shoot well from the three-point line and they still won the game, that's what you want to do. They didn't shoot well from the three-point line, but they crashed the boards. They crashed the goddamn boards, chat. They crashed the boards. And this is what you want to do. You want to crash the boards, bro. Real talk. And they crashed the boards. They got offensive rebounds. You know, Indiana wants to hedge high. And I sat there and said this, chat. I said, if y'all was there, watch me on playback. I believe X's and O's guy. I said, the only way you can get SGA unlocked for the defense that they're doing, because you could tell the defense that Indiana was running on SGA, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. It was fucking goddamn, it was smothering. It was smothering to a point where
Nemhard's defense,
Nemhard was just playing pressure defense.
Yeah.
He's all on SGA. They try to run zoom action, Iverson cuts, down screens, use SGA as a screener so somebody can hit him with a back cut. It just didn't work. It's like SGA was just not effective. Like, he has to work to get his bucket. And I said, okay, if they're gonna do that, then and if you want to play SGA off the basketball, they just use them as a screener to get switches, and they went with it so many times.
Right, they got the switches at the end, and they ended up getting Neesmith on him, and he drew fouls on Neesmith. Neesmith is a little more aggressive. He's a little bit more reckless. He'll kind of jump in, and SGA will get those calls, and that's when he started getting his free throws. He was 10 for 10 from free throws in the fourth. I don't think he had any before the fourth.
But yeah, it was a legacy fourth quarter for SGA in the fourth quarter. Like, the two buckets. I'm gonna play this on the screen right quick. He said, "Why this game had one break?" What do you mean one break?
Is he talking about the next game? 1 day break? Is the game Sunday?
The game is on Monday.
Monday? Okay, they got 2 days.
Look at that. Guard about it. This is when they run the screen. I wish they would have showed the play. This is them getting the switch off and Neesmith running the screen. SJ gets doubled. He passed. I'm like, JDub, what are you doing? Pass the ball back. Hold on. Let me see.
This the one late in the fourth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I remember this one.
Look, use SJ as a screener. This is when I use him as a screener. JDub pump fakes. He passed the SJ. Cash.
Too much space, bro. You know, Neesmith just, you can't do that.
Right. They trying to say this is a push off. This is not no push off, bro. You just got clipped.
That happens on every play. What do you mean? Neesmith is off balance, bro. How's that a push?
Yeah, y'all don't know basketball. So y'all niggas gotta learn basketball, bro. Stop just talking narratives. All y'all niggas in the chat need to stop talking narratives, bro.
Travel.
These guys. Well, go ahead, boss, man. What's your breakdown, man? This has been a very, very good game. Salute, James. What up, James?
This is the definition of when it matters the most, fourth quarter, and this is why I stress winning time. You know, people are saying, "Oh, well, OKC only made 3 threes. They took 17 total." There's more ways to win games than shooting the three ball. They beat them on the glass. They beat them in points in the paint, and they had a monster fourth quarter. Chet was good, bro, in the fourth quarter, just alternate shots, offensive rebounds, putbacks. OKC could play so much better, bro. I still don't like the defense from OKC. They overhelping. Mookie made a great point. They adjusted. They put Shea off the ball. They kept having JDub bring it up court, and then they would run SG up high. And it forced Indiana to do things defensively that they just weren't doing all game. So that was a good adjustment. Now, Mookie made a great point, too, is that in Game 5, when OKC tries to do that again, what's going to be the counter when Indiana counters that? So we'll see. But Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam, they didn't have a good fourth quarter. I thought Halliburton had SGA a few times on the one-on-one and got past him. And so the initial point of attack defense, bro, by OKC has to be better. I will say this, though, Mookie. Lou Dort, huge steal late in the fourth quarter, right? When he got fouled, he missed a free throw, but he made the second one. And bro, I know we're gonna highlight SGA and JDub, bro. Bro, we gotta give Caruso his credit, bro.
Facts.
We have to.
Yeah.
Facts.
Bro, Alex Caruso, I mean, he's not their best player by no means, but isn't it funny? Like when he plays like this, they win, and he's everywhere, bro. 7 for 9 steals, point attack defense. Now, granted, he got beat a lot too tonight. He got beat a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but that's okay because in today's league, it's hard to defend 1-on-1.
It is, and they move the ball, Moss.
Yeah.
They move the ball.
I feel
really
like
nice.
OKC Mavs would not trust in their on-ball defense. Like they were overhelping in the corner so much. I'm like, Lou Dort, just trust it. Let's stay home. Like if you're gonna blow, like don't overhelp and play the gaps.
You know what I saw, Mook? I did see them get beat on the first step, and that causes the guys to have to come and help. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But also too, even though you may say it causes guys to help, I think in today's league, players are just programmed to help off any dribble penetration. Like you got to make certain guys make some shots, bro, and get a rhythm. I'm not helping off the first 2-3 shots of the game, bro. I'm not doing it.
Right.
Like, listen, you got to force me to help as a defense. I'm not helping because it's the popular thing to do, and that's just NBA defense of schemes in today's league. And so, but laying up fourth quarter, bro, OKC got stops, and they talked about it after the game. SGA did. He mentioned it. The first thing out of his mouth was, "We got stops." And I knew it was going to come down to them getting stops.
You see his block?
Huh?
You see SGA's block on Halliburton on the 3?
Yeah. Well,
there's guys in the chat talking about he ain't a two-way player. That guy had steals and blocks tonight. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, he blocked the shot, man. But then Lou Dort didn't box out, and homeboy got fouled at the free throw line. And so you got to finish off these plays with a defensive rebound.
He said, "How do you feel about SGA's 0 assists? What do you?
They won the game.
What can he do better to maximize his gravity?" I'm gonna ask this question because I don't think it's really a valid question. Because I don't really give a fuck about assists as long as you're making the right read, right? I think SGA in the first half was making those right reads, but in the second half he didn't, and because he had chat, I think he had like chat in the corner while he rise up to shoot the midi. And I like some of the times where you got to feed the cutters. But the problem is that I don't think SGA really got in rhythm until late in that fourth quarter, bro. Like, I don't think he really got into rhythm until late in the fourth quarter where everything was just coming within the flow, right? And assists is about our teammates making and hitting shots. But I think SGA reads has been – I think in Game 3 his reads was bad. Very bad. Game 2 was a playmaking masterclass. Game 1, his reads was really great. But in the last couple of games, it's just been on and off. So, like I said, man, you just – in order for him to get more assists, you got to hit a shot. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
But Mookie's right though, Tyson, and I expect more of you, bro. Like that was a casual question because there's a thing called the hockey assist or pass, shoot, and so you're looking at the initial pass and the guy gets a shot up, and then SGA gets credit and assist. And so if you watch the game, Tyson, you know what I'm saying, without being biased, right? Then you would know that his movement, his gravity, sometimes creates shots for others, and it's not, and it's gonna come out of traditionally, him passing the ball, but just like, listen, bro, there's other ways to impact your teammates than me just passing you the ball and getting an assist, Tyson. Come on, bro. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, Tyson.
Hold on, nigga. God dang it. I was just asking a question, brother. I was just asking a question.
Bro, come on.
I wasn't saying they lost. I didn't want to say I didn't say it was a bad thing he didn't. I'm just saying in the times when they're struggling on offense, I think SGA getting 2 feet in the paint and drawing defense, he can be better at that. That's all I'm saying.
At the
end of the game, he played exceptional. I wasn't speaking to how he closed the game because obviously he did a great job. I'm just talking about throughout the game when the offense is struggling. I feel he could do a better job of using his scoring gravity to get the guys involved a little more. That's all I was saying, bro.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair too. Yeah. But you do agree that
look at the 3-point.
But you do agree that his decoy, his gravity off the ball, his movement, that can still be a form of playmaking and assisting without saying I pass you the ball, right?
Somewhat, but I don't think OKC takes advantage.
But
I don't think OKC because a lot of their stuff, if you see it's not him going, is JDub in isolation, and they got a lot of points off. They got some points off of offensive rebounds. They got a lot of stuff scrambling. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, when they get on the fast break and cause turnovers, they get points.
Tyson,
But in the half court, go ahead.
But Tyson, this is the thing that you gotta understand. SGA is literally, I think he is not one or number two. He is literally a top 2 event creator in the NBA.
An event creator?
Yeah, event creator means someone that consistently
coming up with shit every day. Event creator.
Event creator. I'm gonna teach y'all something.
That's what my wife do at her job. She a event court director. You know what I'm saying? That's what she do. But go ahead.
A big creator is somebody that consistently forces rotations because their ability to drive the ball to the basket, right? That means make defenders come over there and help. They got to rotate because what he does, draw 2 in the paint, force the low man to come over there and help tag. So, like I said there, the playmaking is there because off the scoring gravity alone. Now, is SGA got to hit those reads? Yes, he's hitting those reads.
Right.
But the point of the matter is that when you're not in rhythm and SGA trying to hunt his shot and try to get in rhythm, then you're not going to necessarily look to playmate. Because I don't think SGA is a Halliburton where I can create rhythm while just playmaking passing.
No, I agree. I just see sometimes when he gets into his action or whatever, is sometimes I feel he would be better served getting off that ball, hitting that corner 3 while it's wide open before the defense can rotate and those type of things. That's all I'm saying. But at the end of the day, they won the game. He closed out the game. I'm about to go to get this paper. I just came to stop by because y'all was talking bad on my name real quick, bro.
Did you see the 3-point shooting?
Oh, the 3-point shooting was horrible, but a lot of those was contested, though. A lot of those weren't necessarily wide open shots.
Yeah, but don't you think that some of those, if they go in, SGA has a few assists?
Right. Oh, maybe a few. I'm just speaking in general the total game. You know what I'm saying? And it don't have to be 3-point shots necessarily. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying, bro. It don't have to be 3-point shots she's assisting on it. It could be dunker spots. It could be whatever you know the defense is allowing. But
bro, OKC won this game.
Oh, for sure.
With 3 3-pointers being made, bro.
Y'all need to get into how
and that's the thing that you gotta understand, Tyson. If you come in here and talk about assists is watching the box score,
it wasn't about box score watching, bro. I just broke it down. Don't do that, move.
The problem with that is that Indiana defensively have been really great. Like they've been, good at closeouts. You know what I'm saying?
Great.
Shots and paces denying the ball, which you want to be a scorer.
Right.
And they're getting the ball out of JDub's hands. So SGA does not have the primary. He doesn't have the ball in his hands. And that's something that I just don't understand why SGA is playing more off the ball, because I don't think his value as a player is off the basketball. I don't think that is his value. Now they trying to do
it. But it's what you spoke to earlier, though. They having trouble initiating offense with SGA on the ball. JDub, like you said, him as a screener, him being able to set that screen, then they run the action and get him in the high post. You know what I'm saying? And different things like that, I think is working out a little better for them in execution. They extended that screening role, like you said, so far out. It's causing trouble with their offense.
Hedging high, they're sending to the ball.
And JDub, and he has his moments. Don't get me wrong, but as a secondary playmaker, he got to step it up a little bit. But hey, salute, fellas, man. Good game. Y'all have a good night. Stay blessed.
Good night.
Yeah, but we can harp on them making 3 threes, but OKC had the advantages in other categories, right? I mean, they had more rebounds, they had more points in the paint, they had more fast break points.
The turnover differential wasn't out of hand like it has been, right? We saw the games where they played poorly, a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Now check this out. Indiana had 21 assists. OKC only had 11, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But OKC,
a lot of points on putbacks for OKC.
Yeah, and OKC nearly shot. Well, they shot 47% from the field. Indiana shot 42%. And so I don't know, man. It's just, I mean, the 3 ball it's misleading, and that's not the only measuring stick to deem a team played well or can win a game. And I'm glad OKC won tonight without shooting the 3 ball well. And granted, they only took 17 threes. Like that's like in today's league, that's unheard of. Teams are
Honestly, I
taking
think that's the
40,
way to do it, though. If
50
it's not
plus
falling,
threes.
if it's not
Yeah.
falling, you let it go, right? You find points other ways. You don't
Right,
just keep throwing it up. Like the Celtics will shoot 60. You know?
Indiana took 36 threes, and OKC only took 16. They were 3 for 16. And so, I mean, think about that. So, I mean, I'm okay with the way they won the game, bro. And they won the game. And you know what I'm saying? Tyson comes around as if he's like a black Hubie Brown and shit, trying to break shit down and talking about 0 assists, not knowing that SGA's gravity can sometimes be just more as impactful because there's this thing called the hockey assist, pass, shoot. So my direct pass ain't got to lead to a shot for me to have effective.
I don't think
offense.
SGA should be questioned tonight.
Of
He had
course
an incredible
be,
game.
bro.
It's not
after what we saw in the fourth quarter, bro.
right.
I mean, that was pure greatness, bro.
I mean, you got some
Pure
people that
greatness.
question SGA in game 2. Sit there and say, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Now OKC did shoot more free throws. They made 34 free throws. Indiana made 25. And
I mean,
so,
he typically takes like 10 a game, so I mean, that's typically what it is. He got 10 tonight.
I know, but OKC made like 9 more free throws. So I'm trying to highlight, in other areas of the game why they won, because people are going to harp on.
I thought Siakam was really good tonight. I thought Siakam was really good tonight.
Yeah, he was, bro.
He's a good player, man.
He was. He was good tonight, bro. I can't lie.
But they didn't get the TJ McConnell, the Mathurin. They didn't get any of that extra stuff.
Right. That's fair.
So and that's probably why,
bro,
you saw OKC get a
bro.
win while shooting so poorly.
Bro, Alex Caruso tonight had 5 steals. That's crazy.
Every game
bro.
it's like that. Bro.
Wow.
5 steals today, bro.
Every
Wow.
game he's like this. It's not, it's
And SJ had
used
3
to it.
steals.
I want to let
SJ
y'all
had
know
3
this.
steals.
Boss, I want to let you know this.
Yeah.
SGA scored 15 points in the last final minutes of the fourth quarter. The most points of any player scored in the last 5 minutes of an NBA Finals game in this century.
Yeah.
When we talk about clutch, we talk about it's all on you, SGA. Save him, come through.
Right.
I was worried. I'm like, oh my God, SGA is gonna lay down.
I was too, bro.
He's gonna sit there and say, you know what, just fuck it, man.
Yeah, but Mookie, you still got the Pacers winning the series, right?
I don't got no comment on that. I just want to see who wins, bro.
Okay,
It's
so
hard
you
to say who's gonna win, though,
You
bro.
got you, bro.
know what I'm saying? I just want to, see who wins this game, bro. That's all I want to see. I want to see a good series, man.
I'm going to tell you who's been good, bro, for Indiana. You mentioned Pascal Siakam, bruh. Obi Toppin has been awesome this series.
Oh
Yeah, crazy.
He's been consistent, bro. Yeah, he's been he's forcing Rick Carlisle's hand. I mean,
Right.
like he's getting, bro.
It
Like
brings
he's
Miles Turner out of the game,
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, he's forcing him to play.
Oh,
bro.
just to let y'all know this, boss. This is the first game for that Indiana's lost all playoffs, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh, back-to-back. They haven't lost back-to-back games, though.
No, I know. They haven't lost back-to-back games. Can OKC do it to get a commanding 3-2 lead? We'll see.
I think they can, bro. I think they can. I think they will.
Game 5, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Awesome game tonight, man. Heart, will to win. I mean, bro, like SGA said in the post game, it just feels different going back home tied 2-2 than 3-1. The mindset, the confidence. Indiana had this game, bro. Up by 10 late in the third. OKC goes on like at a 4-2 run and cuts it down to 3. It's a 7-point game. Start the fourth. And something kept saying like OKC is just hanging around.
But Mas, don't you think that was important that they won this way because they lost this way in game 1?
Well, listen, this game reminded me of game 1. It reminded me of Indiana hanging around and then stealing it. And then it's like OKC returned the favor and did the exact same thing, bro. The exact same thing. And so, yeah. And also, too, Indiana has been great in these close games, right? They've been great. And so for OKC to win like this in that in blowout fashion, they had to execute. They had to get stops. Like, it's good psyche for them going back home to OKC, bro. And so I expect, bro, this team can play so much better. OKC hasn't even played their best game yet, bro. I mean, game 2 was good.
It's the defense, Mas. It just keeps them in all these games. You know what I mean? It's just
well, let's be honest here. Their defense has not been good this series. It's been good in spurts. I think it was okay in game 2, but
all these shots are challenged and tough. There's not a lot of wide open look. They're right there.
Bro, there's been too many blow-bys, missed
Too
coverages.
many blow-bys, missed coverages.
Yeah.
not retard, leaving the corners
It
wide
ain't been
open.
good, bro. It ain't been good. It ain't been good. Yeah.
So the Pacers shoot 43% tonight.
Okay.
They shoot
okay.
30% from 3.
Okay.
I mean, those are below average numbers.
But
the best
okay.
team in the
But you're
Eastern
doing
Conference.
what you're doing what other people. No, don't take offense to this, bro. But you're looking at the box score numbers, and I can counter that by saying, yeah, the percentages are what they are. But I look at the quality of shots that they're getting, and they're just missing some
They're
of those
challenged,
shots.
Mas.
They're not all
These
challenge
shots are
bro.
being challenged. That's why
They're
a
not
lot of
all-
those shots don't go
They're
in.
not all challenge
OKC's
shots, bro.
defense is very good. And by the way, they're holding Indy from getting the fast break points. They're keeping them down in like the single digits fast break points most of these games. That's not what Indy typically does. They typically get out in the open and they score points in transition.
Yeah, I don't view it.
That.
No, I don't see it that way, man. I view it a little bit. Listen, OKC has shown signs of playing good defense in spurts, but they have yet to put a full, complete game together where you thought their defense was good from start to finish. They haven't been
Remember
good.
the Knicks series?
I'm being dead serious, bro.
No. Do you remember the Knicks series between the Knicks and the Pacers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the fast break points that the Pacers were getting?
Okay.
They don't get those points against the Thunder.
I know, but fast break points ain't the only way that I judge good defense, though. I mean, that's
no.
not
I'm
my,
saying the
that's not my
Thunder are
measuring stick,
taking
bro.
away what they're good at. That's what I'm trying to say. Is the Thunder defense? This is how they're doing it. They're making the Pacers have to score in sets, which is harder for them. They typically get a lot of points in transition.
I'm seeing a lot of blow-bys. I'm seeing a lot of overhelping. So, I mean, I get what you're saying on the surface, but my basketball acumen, my basketball 2020 vision, bro, like I'm looking at the game and like from a totally different lens, and their defense has not been good, bro. It hasn't been. It's been good in stretches and spurts, but I'm seeing things defensively, bro. Bro, historic defenses don't look like this team, bro. Like they don't, bro. Boston, Chicago, you know what I'm saying? San Antonio, Detroit. Like the mistakes they're making, bro.
Okay, the
OKC
first
is
quarter
making,
tonight.
like casual is like making like low-level mistakes, bro, on defense.
All right, the first quarter
Literally.
tonight, I saw incredible defensive intensity, and the guys still each scored more than 30 points. So they're hitting tough shots. These are good players. These are good teams.
If I'm not mistaken, after the first quarter, the Pacers had 34 points, so they were on pace to score 140. I mean, come on. I mean, like,
well, no, the defense
what are we
tightens
doing,
up,
bro?
and the game gets tighter, and the game gets tighter, and the players get more nervous. It gets harder to score at the end.
And that's why I said, bro, listen, if you want to say that OKC is playing defense in spurts, and those spurts can be when it matters the most, then cool. I'll give you that. But it ain't been good, bro. Has not been
They
good.
held the Pacers to 17 points in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so
Fourth quarter is not a spurt.
Okay,
Yeah, they're missing quality looks, Miles.
bro, they played 4 games thus far, and you're mentioning 1 17-point quarter.
No, man, they've been playing good defense all series.
No, they have not.
No, they have not, bro. No, they have
not. They've been giving up open threes throughout the whole quarter. What are you talking about?
You're not gonna not give up any.
No, they're not even getting
that.
Their transition defense hasn't even been the same. What are you talking about, bro?
It's gonna happen. I've seen it too. I acknowledge it. I've seen the open threes too.
Their defense have not been.
I don't think they've been the way you said they are, bro.
Okay, the series is 2-2, right?
Okay.
The Pacers have not been in a series where it's been 2-2, right? They've been leading all their
series. What does that mean? I mean, okay, that's
they're
fine.
playing the best defense they've played up to this point.
We're talking about the defense, bro.
Yes, they're playing against the best defense they've seen so far. OKC clearly has the best defense.
Yes, and they're not
playing,
but it still hasn't been up to par, though. That's
okay, that's fine. But they've taken away a lot of the things that Indy likes to do. They've made their life much more challenging.
No, they have not, bro.
It's 2-2.
They've done it in spurts, but no, they've done it on occasions. But they said that they've taken away what Indiana wants to do. No, they have.
They have, and they took away the transition points. They've taken away their favorite thing.
Bro, Indiana is so much more than a transition team, bro. Like
that's their primary offense.
Indiana's getting any quality shot that they want to get.
What team?
That's their primary offense.
Hold on, bro. What team says that transition is their quality offense when transition points come few and far between, bro? That doesn't even make sense. It's a half court game, especially in the postseason, bro. What are you saying?
When you say few and far in between, do you know the point totals for the fast break points for the Pacers the first 3 series?
Hold on, bro. How can you say that fast break points is their bread and butter when if I asked you what total points have they scored in the first 4 games and give me their fast break totals. You're telling me that more than half their points come in fast break and transition?
No, not more than half. What I'm saying
so
is,
then what are you talking about then, bro?
No, what I'm saying is they typically score 20, 30 points in the fast break.
Okay, so guess what then?
If you look at the
20,
first
30
series,
points.
let me finish, Mas. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
And then I'll let you go.
Okay, all good.
If you look at the first series, 20, 30 points a game in fast break. The second series, 20, 30 points in the fast break. Every series up to this point, they've been getting these fast break points. They're not getting them.
Gotcha, bro. So with that being said, then 20 and 30 points out of, let's say, 110 would not be considered your bread and butter of your offense, bro.
No, those are easy.
Not even close.
Those are easy.
Not even close.
But what I'm saying is those are easy points. It's like it's almost like freebies. The defense isn't set. You get out in fast break. Those are easy points.
So how much are they averaging in fast break each game this series? Do you know?
What did you ask?
Fast break points. Like what are they averaging?
I think this game they had
9 this game.
They had 9. I think they had 7 or something last game.
Okay.
Before that, I think they had 4.
Hey, Frank, what you got on this, Frank? Frank, you unmute yourself, Frank. Frank,
you're muted.
What you got on this, bro?
I was just saying in the chat earlier that I think that the Thunder play well. I think that Caruso should get more credit. I feel like y'all giving SGA a little too much credit.
What do you mean?
Like
he the best player.
What? Yeah, right.
He's the best player, but he wasn't playing like the best player until like the last 3 minutes of the game.
Yes, he was.
No, he was not, bro.
He was their best player.
I was literally looking at my phone. I was literally getting notifications. You gave up on SGA until like the last 3 minutes of the game.
They gave up on SGA.
You gave up on SGA.
But isn't the last 3 minutes when it matters the most, though? I mean, isn't that when it matters the most?
I'm not saying that. He clutched up when it matters most.
Okay.
He was their best player on the floor.
For the first 45 minutes of the game, SGA did not play well.
Yes, he did.
All right, so you're gonna tell me? All right,
he scored the ball very effectively.
Then
he scored the ball effectively. Hold on.
For the first 45 minutes of the game,
he scored the ball effectively. The problem is they didn't maximize him. Bro, mute your mic, bro. Zizi, can you mute your mic? All right. The problem is that they didn't get him in rhythm because I told you the adjustment was to use SGA as a screener. They didn't do that, and SGA didn't get in rhythm because they didn't go to him within the offense early enough. So yes, SGA had
you were saying he looked gassed though.
Yeah, he looked gassed because they kept on denying him off the basketball, picking him up full court. They try to run zoom action. If you know what zoom action is a pin down into a dribble handoff. They try to run that shit. They were fronting it every time. So SGA had to fight for position on the ball, which wear down guys. They're attacking on the defensive side of the ball.
So you're blaming the coach,
right? Yes, he was a coach. When they start doing the same shit that I sat there and said, y'all can go back and rewatch the playback. I sat there and said, chat, use SGA as a screener to force switches. And what they did, it worked every single time. If they did that throughout the whole entire game, SGA would have probably had 40.
What you gotta say? What you gotta say about the push off though?
That's not a push off. Hey, Mars, now he trying to say that's a push off.
Bro,
that happens.
Okay, look. I'm not even trying to be an SGA hater.
You an SGA hater.
Look at the replay angle though. Look at the replay angle. He extended his arm.
But you really expect the ref to call that though.
Right.
You expect the ref to call that.
I mean, Scott Foster was right there. Yeah,
it's the playoff, nigga.
Hey, you want it? A lot of offensive players extend their arms, bro. Why are you just not saying that now?
I'm just saying, no. Listen,
is that your first time seeing a guy extend his arms?
Yeah, that's his first time
on offense.
I'm just saying that's a questionable call.
Is that your first time seeing a player extend his arms on offense?
It's not the first
time.
Then I'm saying
so then why bring it up now then, bro?
Because that's an offensive foul, is it not? He's extending his arms.
You've never came on the platform and said he extended his arm before. No player.
No, listen.
You're doing it tonight, bro.
SGA is he's playing physical.
Okay.
And then Neesmith plays physical back, and then they call foul on Neesmith. So like,
No, they didn't. They played physical
what
with
is he
Shea
supposed to do
throughout
in
the
that
whole
situation?
possession.
Bro, they were pushing, holding, and grabbing Shea.
Yes, and they didn't call nothing. What are you talking
Right.
about?
Okay,
Like,
so
this
are
is
you saying
crazy,
okay?
bro.
So are you saying that's not a push off? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Oh, refs
No,
are not
it's
calling that.
basketball, bro. I mean,
it's basketball.
come
Nigga,
on.
be physical. Stop sounding like a little ass
What are
girl.
you talking
Nigga, be
about, bro?
physical.
Are
So
you
you
okay?
saying okay? So you saying that they shouldn't call that?
No, nope.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
So, hey, you want to? So when Pascal Siakam has somebody like at the nail and he's backing down, then he reverse pivots and he uses his off arm. You've never said that before about him.
But they was calling the foul though.
On who?
They were giving the
on
Pacers a lot of
Siakam?
foul calls down the stretch in the third and
That's
fourth
not,
quarter.
bro. Did you hear what I just asked you, bro? And I mean, I'm not sure if you're not listening. Pascal Siakam
Listen,
is at the nail backing down, and we've seen him use his extending of his arm plenty of times, and they call no foul, and you've never says, "Hey, man, like Siakam extend his arm." Like you've never said that before about
Bro,
him.
it's got to
Well,
be
I
so
mean, this is the first
egregious.
time I've
It's
like
got to
come
be
up
so
on it.
egregious they have to call it. That wasn't egregious.
Man, listen, bro. In that situation, bro, let them play. It's basketball. I mean, come on, like keep your balance and contest. It just is what it is, bro. He made a tough shot. You tip your cap and fucking go play defense, bro. It's just that simple.
I mean, why don't they
Like, y'all
talk
calling
about
for
the
calls and shit
17
now, bro?
points that the Pacers scored in the quarter?
Bro, the Pacers had a 10-point lead, bro, and blew the game, man. And you
They
talking
had
about goddamn
17
extension
points in the
arms.
fourth quarter. They gave up
Right.
31.
they're up like 4 minutes with like 7 points.
Like,
within, like 4 minutes.
exactly.
I thought this shit was over, but SGA said, "You know what? Shut the fuck up, Mook. Let me get this shit done, nigga." And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Actually, Mookie, the play of the game, bro, was fucking when JDub dribbled to his right, and I think it was Nimsmith overhelped on SGA, and he shot that three ball.
Yeah,
Got them within one. That to me was a play of the game, bro, because that gave OKC hope, and it's just bad defense, bro, by Indiana.
Man, you got some people in the live chat. They do not like Shea. Damn.
because they're fucking casuals.
That's
All y'all niggas in the chat are fucking weird.
I mean, you don't have to like a player, right? But you can
Y'all
appreciate
niggas
how
are
great they
weird,
are,
nigga.
you know.
When SGA win the championship, y'all niggas gonna be fucking crying like bitches in the chat.
Hey,
nigga.
league
Y'all
MVP, finals MVP, championship. What could they say?
Zeke 824. What you got on this?
Yeah, Mook, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, yo. Yeah, so I pretty much came from playback and stuff, so I was like talking mad crap about SGA not shooting threes, but I just realized like he was being a very good game manager, like pacing himself and like getting to his spots, and like especially taking over in the fourth quarter when it mattered the most.
Yeah, he did pace himself. Early in the game, I saw him kind of off the ball, letting JDub operate a little bit. I noticed that.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
pacing himself.
Yeah, because look, the first game he was just going all out, and like he was gassed that he didn't have enough. Like
I think he mentioned it
just
in
make
one
it-
of the interviews too. He mentioned he was tired the last game.
Mhm.
It's hard to play against the Pacers. The Pacers, those minutes are intense minutes against this team.
Yeah, I just wanted to give SGA his credit and show love because like that's really tough in the position he was in because nobody was hitting nothing on his team. So like at the end, he really like showed what a superstar is capable of. And like I want the Thunder to win because like Tyrese Halliburton, like they're gonna just blow, like they're gonna like overrate him and stuff. And when we know he's really not that guy, like it's really his team is really like balanced.
Well, the reason why this is such a big game and it will be a series for SGA is because if they lose this series, fellas, people are going to like talk about him in a way that's not going to be good, right?
Yeah.
People are waiting for him to lose a series, bro, so they can say what they want to say. And so SGA understands the moment. He understands if we lose, it's on me, and the discussion is going to change about me. And so he needs to take it personal. And those last 4 minutes of the game, fellas, Mookie, he played like he took it personal. Because if they lose the series, bro, like SGA's gonna get killed.
Everything's on his shoulders right now.
Everything, bro. You can't be MVP, Western Conference MVP, leading in score, battle injury all year long with some of your key players, and then you get to the biggest stage and level and series and wet to bed. And it doesn't matter if you're averaging 30 or not. If you lose, you lose. That means your game wasn't impactful enough to win. And so he has to win the series, bro. Like, the pressure's on him. Out of anybody in the series, he has the most pressure out of anybody to perform and bring this thing home and make sure this gets done. So we'll see.
Right. The Pacers playing with like house money right now. Like they have nothing to lose. So
What do you mean nothing to lose?
the
No, they got
Pacers,
something to lose, bro.
They have a lot to lose because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, people are going to sit there and say they played in the Eastern Conference that they played on hurt teams and beat teams that are not fully healthy. And
but no, I'm saying
East
like
might be getting
individually.
stronger. So like I said there, say they do have something to lose, bro. Stop minimizing the fucking Pacers, nigga.
I think
Call it
he
how it
means
is.
maybe like a David and Goliath thing, maybe
Yeah, like
the
individual
heavy
players
favorite
that
with
are
OKC.
players, like they don't really have that big name. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. Is it Zeke?
Yeah.
Zeke, I'd tell you this, bro. There's no guarantee these guys get back to the finals. The
That's a
league
fact,
is,
bro. That's a fact.
these championship runs are elusive. Like, think about it like this: LeBron went to the finals in 07 and lost. Didn't go back until 2011, and then lost again. You see what I'm saying? So, like, there's no guarantees, bro.
Well, the Spurs went in 07 and then get back until 2013.
Yeah.
And so look at Boston, right? We assume that they're going to get back here, and boom,
And they don't.
Jason
You're right.
tears his Achilles, and now their team is just upside down. So, like, you're up 2-1, bro, with Game 4 in your building, and you have a 10-point lead, up 7 late in the fourth, and you can't bring it home, bro. Like, there's a lot to lose, bro. I mean, come on, there's a lot to lose. I mean, underdog or not, like, you got, bro. Indiana is expected to win the series from their fans and from the people who like them.
That's probably the only place, though, Mas. Probably
so. Probably so.
Like,
You got a few
like
guys
the
on
media
TV.
ain't gonna really crush nobody on Indiana if like they lose. Like they're
What'd
gonna
you
go hard on.
Well, they were up
Shea.
2-1. Hold on a second. Zeke.
Nah,
They were up
that's not
2-1.
true, bro.
Hold on.
They gonna crush them.
So, I mean, there's
They
some
should be
expectation.
crushed.
You think so?
They were up 2-1.
They're up 2-1 with Game 4 in the building, with a lead late. And
Yeah. So there's something on them,
like,
right?
what do you mean they won't get crushed, bro? Like, this is sports. Like, don't you want that level of accountability and like self-awareness and like
No, like
humility?
when was the last time the Pacers went to the finals though? That's
That has
what I'm
nothing to
What
do
year was
with
that
the
against
series,
the
bro.
Lakers?
They're up 2-1 with Game 4 in their building. They need to get crushed if they lose. Period.
Well, I personally believe that this series is going to be a long series, so I think it's going 7. But I mean, if it goes to 7 games and it's close down to the wire, I'm not mad at the Pacers.
saying. Yeah.
If they lose 3 in a row, you're going to say, damn, they kind of choked away the series. Like, why'd everything stop working?
And
Nah,
also,
they
SGA was efficient, and they were efficient. And the fact that they won the game was making less than 3 threes. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, I'm making OKC to have a hot shooting night.
Well, Mookie, I think the role players, Wiggins, Isaiah Jones, those guys, they're going to shoot the ball much better at home, bro. Lou Dort.
For sure.
I think they will, at least.
Right.
So that's all good.
Bro, Lou Dort took 2 shots.
Yeah, was he 2 for 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 for 2.
Yeah, Lou Dort was going crazy the first game, so I think it's definitely in the home court advantage.
And speaking of Lou Dort, bro, his defense in the first half was
Crazy.
Was horrible. Was not good. A lot of dumb mental overhelping mistakes. But he had one of the biggest defensive plays of the game late in the fourth when he stole it and went up for the lip and missed it, but missed 1 out of 2 free throws. But that was a big play. Yeah, that was a big play.
Which one?
The one that he stole it.
Yeah.
They're up by 1. OKC wasn't. He stole it and went up.
So you got winning the series?
I got the Thunder winning the series. I think.
And you said it.
I think Thunder winning. I think Thunder winning 7.
You want to bet?
Why? You think the Thunder winning 6?
No.
You think the Pacers win?
No, he just wants to watch the games. That's all.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm gonna ask you something. What adjustments do you see Indiana making
In Game 5?
Yeah.
I think they need to get Siakam involved more. I feel like he wasn't involved like late. I mean, he kind of was, but he was making a lot of dumb like mistakes in like the third or fourth quarter or in the fourth quarter. And I think that they need to get Obi Toppin involved more too, because he was also going crazy in the third quarter. Um, uh, and then like I was really impressed with Nemhard. So I feel like they need to use Nemhard more as a ball handler. I feel like sometimes like he plays like off the ball too much. So like I feel like he has to use it more as a ball handler. And he was making some tough shots too. Him and Obi Toppin, but I don't know. I think Rick Carlisle is one of the best coaches in the league. So I gotta see what he's gonna do, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. I want to see. I don't know why they went to it late, but I think they went to it late to see what Indiana's gonna do, so they don't counter mid game. But that screen for SGA, getting them open, that's what you want to do, bro. That's just good adjustments, bro. I'm gonna have to make a video on that. This is good adjustments, bro. Good adjustments.
Yeah, it was. And the way, if I'm Indiana, because you asked him what would he adjust, he talked about getting role players more shots and Pascal Siakam. I thought those guys were involved. They just it's a make or miss league, but I would blitz JDub, bro. Whenever JDub is a ball handler and he crosses half court, I know it's risky at times, but I would trap him hard with length and a speedy guy because he's not going to split the double team, and you'll turn him over easy, bro. And I don't trust his passing or his playmaking ability or his court vision in that position. And so before SGA can even come up and even try to set that. And then if you're OKC, I think that counter to what they might try and do, Mookie, is instead of SGA coming up fully setting a screen, you set a ghost screen, meaning SGA is going to come up fake like he's going to come all the way and then cut to the basket or do something else. So that's what I would do. You got to get, and then maybe some plays you set the screen on JDub and some screens you set the ghost screen, but you got to switch it up, bro. These teams are too good if you're doing the same thing over and over again.
So you saying Jada bring the ball up the court, SGA thinks like he's screen, run a ghost screen, to either the right or the left wing.
Yes. So there's ways around this stuff, bro. It's just you got to get creative with your offense, bro.
Oh, this is crazy, bro. SGA isn't a superstar. What is SGA then? If he's not a superstar, what is he?
Who said that?
I don't get the story, man. I hear this all the time. I see it. I see it on like mass media. I see it on the smaller YouTube content creators. I don't know what a guy has to do. Like if he wins, he won the MVP. You know, he's like scoring title material. He's all-star. He's, you know, the top of the class talents in the league. He's gonna, you know, if he wins the finals, gets an NBA Finals MVP. Like what do you got to do?
You got to win.
Right, but if he get win. Then what else is there? You just keep winning, right?
Yeah, but winning will give people respect. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all name a player where fans didn't like and they kept on winning? They're like, okay, I like this nigga night.
Right. Yeah.
Can y'all name a player like that?
And he kept winning?
Yeah. Would it be LeBron? Because Maz, you didn't like LeBron, but when he started winning, Maz like LeBron now.
I didn't like him before he won, and I didn't like him when he won because of how he won. So not him, buddy.
I don't think Maz like LeBron at any point.
I probably would say like if Steph Curry, honestly.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest Curry fan, but when he won those 4 and 7 years, I looked at him differently from an individual standpoint. But I would say him, honestly. Kawhi Leonard after 2019. You know, maybe look at him a little bit different, a lot different, you know. So
Giannis,
yeah. So I didn't look at him different after he won, bro.
No,
not at all.
Wow.
I thought he leveled up when he won that finals.
Because his team got there without him. The team beat the Hawks without him in games 5 and 6. And Kyrie didn't play, and Harden had a torn hamstring. So I don't look at that the same.
Bro, that's part of basketball.
No, listen, bro. It is part of basketball, and I'm petty for that. That's just me, though. I can admit that. But if you're still asking questions about SGA and his greatness, bro, then I just don't respect your basketball acumen, bro. Because at this point, what are you questioning? Like, are you not watching the guy play? Like, or are you
They
changing the
won the game
criteria?
tonight. It's the NBA
Or
Finals.
or
He won
or
it.
or are you literally changing how you view basketball players because of him and trying to make up some new way to measure a guy? Like, he's great. And bro, like, you cannot like a player and say, you know what, yeah, he's still great. He's still playing at an elite level. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, I mean, did you see what he did tonight on the road, down 2-1, back against the wall? Like, that's all-time greatness, bro. Like, we should be praising that performance we saw tonight. Was efficient, played defense, 3 steals. You know, I mean, come on. Like, are you guys okay? This is crazy. But you'll praise a guy putting up empty stats and then they lose. That's impressive to you, though. This guy's winning while putting up the stats, and you're still questioning his greatness. But you'll tell me a guy is great and he puts up stats and then they lose. But you'll praise him. You'll praise Joker in the loss and then try to downgrade SGA. And he
Right,
wins.
Mons. Like
Yeah.
LeBron. Like
Come on, bro. What are we
Mons,
doing, Mickey?
you wanna will sit there and get mad at SGA, but then will praise LeBron 6 finals losses when he put up empty stats.
Oh
bro.
my gosh, bro.
Right,
I'm
that's
not.
a fact. You want? I heard you before say that, bro.
All right, but Maz, look, I could say the same thing. You just hating on LeBron though. Like I could say that. Okay, you said that people are not appreciating SGA's greatness. Like, are they not
Yeah.
watching him? And at the same time, I could look at you and say that you're doing the same thing with LeBron. Like you're not watching his greatness. Like I guess like you're watching him, but then you find a little things to like nitpick and like
How
criticize him
is
for.
losing finals little things, bro? Like, you consider
Okay,
that little?
but you don't understand what I'm
What do you
saying.
mean?
I'm saying that like he still has accomplishments. His 4 finals wins
Uh
is
huh.
still an accomplishment. When you go to the finals 10 times, that's an accomplishment. Whether you
Nah, it's
lost 6
not,
times in the
bro. That's
finals
where
or
me and you
not.
differ at. That's where me and you just think different at. And again, bro, like, he's not doing it the same way that SGA is doing it, bro. SGA don't got a stacked deck. SGA didn't pick his players. SGA has the youngest team in the league, right? And so if you give LeBron James this roster, bro, he would probably try to trade these guys halfway through the season. And so,
Yeah, that's
like, they're
true.
playing on 2 different stratospheres, bro. Like, SGA's doing the old-fashioned way. He's not cheating the game. He's just saying, give me the ball, give me some good players, and I'll take us home. LeBron's not doing that, bro. And now you're praising getting to the finals 10 times and losing 6 out of 10. That's not impressive to me, bro. So that's
So
not nitpicking, bro.
it's not impressive when
Being
you get to the
swept in the
finals at
finals
all.
is not nitpicking, bro. Being beat
Wait,
by record margin in the finals is not nitpicking. 2011 is not nitpicking, bro. Those are major, like, negativities, stains on your record, bro.
but when
You
you
don't.
make it to the
What you mean,
finals,
but
when you make it to the finals, that's not an accomplishment to you.
if you
Bro,
don't
Who
Those
say
win,
words
that?
was
can I
Okay,
If you
can I
don't
would you
win
name
it,
say?
come
can I
on,
Would
bro.
name
would
Come
you
the
on.
can I
say? Would
name
you
the
say?
top 10?
Okay,
Let me
would you
name the
say
I
that
top
didn't bring
10
this
Tracy?
up,
guys.
King J. He did, King J. I didn't bring this up, bro.
Let me name the
Try to
top
tee
10
up.
guys with most NBA Finals games played, and you tell me what's special about it, right? John Havlicek, Michael Cooper, Derek Fisher, Tom Heinsohn, Jerry West, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, Sam Jones, Bill Russell. So getting there and then winning makes you great. Getting there doesn't necessarily mean you're
yo,
great.
that block. I watched this right now. Check that block that SGA had
It was great.
was 97-99. That was a good block, bro.
That was a damn good block.
So it was
And they said he
97
didn't, and they said he didn't play
where I
defense.
sat there and said they used the adjustment that I sat there and said. Use SGA as a screener. They use him as a screener. He sets the screen. JDub drives. This is when JDub gets guarded. They switch back. They get the switch on Neesmith. SGA gets fouled. They run it again. Let me show y'all chat. This is what we call good in-game adjustments. Well, it's my adjustments because I called it out. I called this adjustment out, chat. Okay, let's see. They do it again. Jada bring the ball up the court. SGA sets the screen, gets the switch. That's what you want, baby. Yo, load up. SGA doubles. Over help. 3.
That's just a bad defensive play from Neesmith. That's just bad.
Drives, midi, cash. This is clutch shot making for the Thunder.
It's a lot of action.
Yeah, it's this play right here, Mookie. Right.
No, I said, oh yeah, they have the momentum. So this is just what you want to do, man. Play over the top, stay attached. Tween. Ooh. Oh my God.
Damn. Yeah,
he just missed that shit, bro. That just
it wasn't even close. It was an air ball.
Yeah, because he shot the ball. He tried to like arc.
All right, they run it again. This is instead of having SJ right here and they one of an Iverson cut or like zoom or like want a back screen for him to get the ball. Use them right here. Screen. Damn, man.
You know it's a foul.
It only took one simple adjustment that they could have made early in the game. I said this shit in the halftime chat. I said use SGA as a screener. I sat there and said this shit. They waited till late in the fourth quarter with what was it, 3 minutes to go in the game to start doing it.
Yeah.
Dumb fucking coach. But,
yeah.
Yep. But I just can't wait to game, man. This is a series. Miles, would you say this is the best X's and O's series we've seen since like in a long time?
Yeah, in a long time, bro. In a long time. I mean, there's constant adjustments being made. Like, this is high-level basketball, bro. Like, for all those guys who want to talk, like, the technical aspect, plays and adjustments and different sets and mismatches and combinations of players, then this is what you get. And for those folks who shitted on the finals and try to downplay it, shame on you guys, bro. Because if you're an NBA fan, then you're an NBA fan despite who's in the finals. And you got guys who are mad and angry talking about it's the Pacers and OKC, I'm not watching that. Then we don't respect your basketball acumen. This has been an awesome series. 2 high-level teams making adjustments. It's like 2 boxers in the ring going blow for blow. They're tied 2-2, and now it's down to a 3-game series. And the question becomes now, can Indiana get one more game in OKC? They're going to have to do that, right? So we'll see.
They can do it, Moss.
No, listen, they can do it. But I'm saying, like, it's the best out of 3 with 2 games in OKC. OKC just has to win 2 games in OKC. And so, I mean, we'll see, bro. But this has been a great series, bro. Listen.
So, Moz, how do you think the series goes down?
I think after tonight's win, I think OKC wins game 5 back at home. I think you get a much better effort, especially shooting the back. Listen, they're gonna make more than 3 threes, and in OKC, I'll bet anybody on this panel $1,000 they do that. And then I think in game 6, they treat it like a game 7, and they get it done on the road in game 7. I mean, in game 6, bro. I think OKC wins the next 2 games.
Damn.
You think so?
I think so. I could be wrong, but I'm going OKC for the next 2 games.
Would you still give Indy a chance to win
if it gets to a game 7?
Yeah,
because
I do too.
Game 7, bro, a team like Indiana, who will play loose and mess around and keep it close, and then the pressure will be on OKC to win it at home in a game 7. Lord, let me tell you something, bro. If this series goes 7, I'm going to be interested to see the ratings and the viewership, bro, and see just the numbers on that, because I think after game 1, I think this finals viewership has probably gone way up. Like Mookie said, bro, like this has been a great series.
But they're not really promoting it. They're not really
pushing it. Because they're full of crap. That's why, because they're full of crap.
Could you imagine someone who, is new to the game and started watching this, maybe was very but they were just like, oh my goodness, this game is, look how intense this is. You got this game back and forth. Coach calls a timeout off a 7-0 run, and then these guys come back and rip off 6 in a row. And we got step back threes. We got all this. We got, now somebody's new favorite player is going to be Halliburton or SGA or whoever they see play big, right?
Right.
Siakam,
Yeah, exactly.
Siakam's going to have new fans, stuff like that. Because, I mean, some people don't even remember Siakam was in the finals for the Raptors. Like, they don't even remember he's a champion. They don't even know.
Yeah. When I was in Houston, the Raptors played the Rockets maybe like 2-3 years ago, and I have a video on my channel of me talking with him in person. It's actually on my channel. He a cool dude, bro. He a cool dude. But yeah, I appreciate this series, bro. Like, I'm a basketball fan, so I appreciate it. Like, all day today, bro, I was just like geeked up. I was just nervous and I was just excited.
And there's storylines in this, Moss.
Yeah.
There's Halliburton. There's SGA, right? The MVP, Halliburton, the most overrated, voted by his contemporaries. Rick Carlisle leaves Dallas, could win another championship. Like, there are storylines here, and there's no coverage on it. Nothing. What about TJ McConnell? Why don't they do something with that dude?
Because they're full of crap. Like, they say that they want to move the NBA forward.
What about all those second-round picks in Indy? All those guys that are. What about Obi Toppin getting exiled out of New York? He couldn't even get on the floor.
Because they're full of crap. They want to move the league forward and try to promote these younger players. We have it, and they're not doing it because the NBA wants to really promote their old, tired superstars.
You know how I knew someone was wrong, Moss? When all year long, OKC was playing some of the best basketball we've seen in a long time, and nobody knew, and nobody was watching,
because they weren't talking about them. They were talking about other teams.
They were talking about the Lakers.
Right. Yeah.
They were talking about the Celtics who were shooting 63s a game and losing games.
Right. They weren't. Hey, that's funny you said, because they weren't even talking about the Cavaliers like that, and they were like one of the best teams in the league. So yeah, that's a good point. So I don't know, bro. Maybe it starts with our media, or you know what I'm saying. They need to do a better job at promoting the basketball and being more forthcoming with their assessments and analysis.
The fans,
of the teams.
For the fans to say I'm not watching because there's no big market teams, that's the exact opposite. You should be letting the NBA worry about the viewership. Let the league worry about that. That's their problem. Your job as a fan is to appreciate the game. It's not to worry about the viewership numbers.
Yeah, that's true. But we got to do a better job. Not us, but the mainstream, those guys on TV have to do a better job at promoting and marketing these teams and these games and giving honest opinions on the series. All we heard was, okay, fine. That's you can't do that, bro. That's misleading.
Moss, you got children?
Yeah, I do.
Are they old enough to start playing hoops?
Yeah, bro. My son's 6'5" and averaged 21 in high school per game.
Oh, he's already okay.
He'll probably beat you in basketball 1-on-1, bro. But,
so what I'm saying is, we could go to this type of series with these types of players and say, you can model your game off of some of these guys. Look at this defense right here. Right. Look at how SGA plays the game. Look at how Halliburton hits these clutch shots. These things are important within the game. It's a lot that you could show them in these.
Yeah, I know for a fact my son will hoop up King J though. King J like some 5'5", like chubby dude. So in New York, so all he do is eat chopped cheeses and like hot dogs and gyros and fucking.
How old is your son? What grade is he in?
All he eat is fucking halal rice. And
King J is 5'5", Moss, right?
Yeah, he 5'5", bro. Yeah, eating fucking gyros.
Moss, what year is your son?
And halal rice and shit. He's a freshman. He's a freshman in college, bro.
Oh, okay. So he already had his high school career. Is he playing?
Yeah. He's 6'5", bro. He's 6'5".
Is he gonna play in college too?
No, he's not. Okay. He's not that good. But I mean, he'll beat King J though. He'll beat King J, bro. Yeah. He'll beat King J.
Top season lie.
Moss, I didn't know you were that old, man, to have a grown son like that, man.
Yeah, bro. I'm I'm in my 40s, bro. Yeah. I just look like I'm in my 20s. It's cool.
Hey, look
good genes, bro. It's called good genes.
Yeah, genetics.
Yeah. But all right, man. I'm going downstairs to watch a movie with the fam.
All right, fellas.
I'm gonna get something to drink, and yeah. All right, Mook, I'm out, Mook.
Salute, chat. We're gonna wrap it up. Make sure y'all smash the like button, man. We right at y'all, man. Salute to y'all brothers, man. Salute.